Hello, everybody. I am Dr. Marianne Pinkston, and this is The Better Life with Dr. Pinkston. And so I have, topics that I want to bring to you as far as integrative or functional medicine is concerned, and change the way you think about your, longevity and healthcare and your choices. And one of the great ways I have of doing that is bringing in Ray Salano every couple of weeks. We come in once a month and have a great conversation. He is a pharmacist up in Cedar Park, Texas at PD Labs, a fantastic sponsor of mine. We've had a great relationship for a few years here. Ray, we've been doing this for almost 3 years. Can you believe it? This is a great place for us to talk about some things that you can, that PD Labs does for the integrative medicine side and your compounding pharmacy. And so I know we have a couple of topics on this morning that we can talk about. I think NAD has been something really popular. And then all this controversy going on about tirzepatide and the GLP injections, and straighten a few things out and give people a couple of options this morning. How are you, Ray? Welcome in again.
I'm doing well, and I like your new set. It's interesting and different. I like it.
Exactly. Yeah. Well, we just have to go with the flow, and you've got equipment. That's right. The technology doesn't always behave. That's for sure. But good. I'm happy to have you in. So, can you? I know we talked about maybe starting out with NAD, but let's straighten out some of the controversy that is going on surrounding the peptides right now. GLP for weight loss, the tirzepatide or Mounjaro or Zepbound. Those are the different names of it. Tell us a little bit about what is going on.
Well, this is probably the biggest blockbuster drug that has hit the marketplace. That even, when the statins hit the market in the 80s, it changed healthcare.
Yes.
And, at one time they were going to put the statins in the water because to fix it. So we haven't seen this revolution in a drug class that hits the marketplace. So what we've seen in this category is we have billions of dollars of money at stake by pharmaceutical companies and shareholders on two continents, Novo Nordisk and Lilly, that are participating in this. So unfortunately, the little guy is getting caught in the middle of this range warfare that's going on. And the good thing is it helps people. It changes people's lives in the proper care. But we need to rein it in. So now we're probably going to the next chapter.
Yes.
So in the next chapter is, specialty compounding pharmacies like ourselves and others are able to, under legal authority of Congress, to be able to fill gaps in healthcare for items that are on shortage or commercially unavailable for continuation of care, which is a novel approach, and it helps patients. And thank God we did that during COVID, or else it would be tragically. However, that right to be able to do that is now challenged in courts, and that it's a patent infringement. We understand patent infringements, and there's one thing we can take away from this meeting is compounding pharmacies are not knockoff artists and counterfeits in any way, shape, or form. We are highly regulated by state authorities and federal guidelines that we can't make commercial copies of prescription drugs. That's just outside of our legal ability to do that. But do we make manipulations that are different dosage forms for patients or sometimes animals that are just unavailable? Yes, but it's not going to be the exact copies at all in any way, shape, or form.
Gotcha.
However, sometimes the misinformation is that we just copy things, and we're a cheaper alternative. That's not going to happen. However, these drugs have been on shortage because the pens have been back ordered and it's difficult to find, and the wholesalers don't have it. But that's all going to come to an end. Supposedly, they're saying that it has already come to an end, and all the grace period is going to end in 60 days. That it gives people to recalibrate their inventories and stocks, and the new products get through the distribution change, which is quite extensive expensive.
Okay.
However, there's a large group of pharmacies that feel that there's no way that the pharmaceutical companies will be able to keep up with the demand. Right. So it's kind of this tug of war going on.
Absolutely.
It may be off of shortage today, but if all the pharmacies stop making it because it's in shortage, then it'll be on shortage in about 48 hours.
You bet. That's truth.
But this is the problem. It'll take weeks for pharmacies to restart their productions because we follow good manufacturing practices and for sterile products, and there's no way you can just restart these things without proper quality control.
Absolutely.
So the point is that there may be an interruption in product for patients. So I think it's really important that anybody listening to this, that if they're looking to, you think that you may be a candidate for this type of therapy, that there's a couple of huge risk factors for people with severe cardiovascular disease, people with severe diabetes, that even many other comorbidity or chronic conditions. They may need to take a very aggressive approach to get their health back.
Right.
So I think they really need to call your office and get a hold of you to start this process quickly before we don't know what's going to happen in 60 days. So I don't think it's worth the risk.
Yeah.
Let's get started, and this is a perfect time of year for people to change their lifestyle.
Absolutely.
So these are lifestyle changes.
Yes.
So I don't see any risk. Why not? Because the cost of these services we're not sure, may get more expensive.
Which is unbelievable for
and
people.
We're seeing if you have to go through the traditional route and pre-approval process. By the way, Dr. Pinkston, how many insurance companies just rubber stamp your pre-approval when you call?
Not at all. And there's nobody that we prescribe that goes straight through, except diabetes. We can usually get that through. As far as the weight loss side, about one out of every maybe 6 or 7 times that we try with an insurance, and it's insurance dependent, do we actually get a prior authorization to go through. And it takes Jennifer, my office manager who does this, hours in days.
And she doesn't work for free, right?
No, and she doesn't work for free. So people, sometimes get upset because we have a little cost to the prior authorization. It's not much, $99, but I have to pay Jennifer to do this and take away from the clinic time, right? So
thank goodness we have Jennifer.
No, Jennifer. Oh my gosh, yeah, Jennifer's the. What can I say? Jennifer's my right hand and my left hand, and usually my right eye too. So she does everything for me. So love her. But I want to clarify something, not clarify, but just reiterate something that you said about compounding pharmacies and the regulations. Your CVS, your Walgreens, and those commercial pharmacies. I know they have rules and regulations that they go by, but you guys from the compounding side, you get kind of a weekly colonoscopy all the way to your throat. It's amazing what you guys have to go through in order to function, and the regulations are absolutely strenuous. So if you're, I know there are good and bad places, there are good and bad people who run things or whatnot, but compounding pharmacies are wonderful resources of very honest, very high quality, substances. Again, I know it's dependent on which one. You guys are the top of the line as far as I'm concerned. I wouldn't have been associated with you all these years. And so really, folks, you just understand that you guys are not doing kind of a knockoff kind of side hustle, thing. You're really working hard to bring quality things to the public. So we thank you for that. That's for sure.
It's a huge difference when you're licensed nationwide. Then you have many more regulations across the country because each state is different.
State for state.
So we are licensed in almost every single state except Alabama and Hawaii right now. But it's it's to be able to satisfy the regulatory nightmare that you have to one at the foundation make a product that is excellent and complies, and that something that really improves people's health care, period. Right. So that's what we found foundation. And, that's why we talked last week about this new compound muscle OS. Yes. And that is going to be available, especially through you for that training, and in combination with the GLP products. Yep. It's a great 1-2 punch that, people can get on a lifestyle change that can increase muscle, which is the metabolic engines that are important for people to burn the resting calories, and at the same time decrease fat. So I think this is we're going into this next phase of therapy, that sustainable life changes in people, that we really have to make that effort to do.
Absolutely. And looking forward to it. And we've talked a lot about your tirzepatide tablet. I know there's going to be a little shortage probably getting going, because everybody's gonna flip. They're getting rid of the tirzepatide injections. If that is what occurs, everybody's going to look for alternatives. There are alternatives. Yes, we can do the semaglutide. I don't think semaglutide is quite. I tell people that it's the Cadillac of the GLPs, but tirzepatide is the Ferrari. Right?
Well, and you got to be choices. You got some patients that don't tolerate it, and you can go back and forth.
Yeah.
But just look. I think the great thing people realize. 3 years ago, we didn't have a choice like this.
Right.
So I think it's just we really need to get to the right dosing.
Yep.
We think that micro dosing is going to be huge.
Amen.
And that's what we're really looking at, the just enough dose that changes a little bit of cravings, along with the removal of the foods that trigger the cravings, and also some lifestyle behavior that reduces the stress and cortisols and improve quality of life. It will make a huge difference, because the average, we have more people turning 65 than ever.
Right.
But the risk for chronic conditions and brain dysfunctions are higher now than ever.
Absolutely.
So we really want people to wake up, make some investments in their health. They can put their money in save money in their 401ks and in their IRAs, but we don't want people to get sick, because all that can be wiped up in about a month.
Absolutely. It is not sustainable that way. I read something the other day. You're on Facebook, social media, and you've got the memes and things that catch your attention. And one that caught my attention that I'd shared is that, reducing your risk of dementia, Alzheimer's dementia, or heart attacks and strokes and cancers, and all those things that we are deathly afraid of. But it's like, it's going to happen later, so I'll live freely now and then concentrate on it later. Folks, all these disease processes start in your 20s. So you got to start in your 20s and even younger. Your parents need to start with you too, right? So you can't just put it off and wait and kind of live the way you want to live now, or just, because of your stressors, kind of put things off. This starts way, way back. So
it does. It does.
So we got to get ahead of it, and these are one of the ways that we do it. So the Muscle X, tirzepatide, or semaglutide, whatever these are ways that we get ahead of it. And yes, it is a pharmaceutical-driven. Having you take something, right? Take a pill, take a shot, something. But don't look at it that way. We encourage lifestyle. We encourage big changes, not just dieting, not just, a quick exercise program to, lose a quick 30, 60 pounds and then go back to whatever you're doing. We encourage you to look ahead in good ways of changing your life so that it's livable, so you can enjoy it. Still enjoy the things that you want to enjoy, but but be able to get that longevity there. You're right. The boomers are there. We're looking at a huge cost to society for all the problems that are developing now, largely with a huge population. It's going to get interesting, isn't it?
Well, and if you want to, give us a call. We have a clinic, Laval Performance Health Center, LAVALLE performance.com, lavalperformance.com. You can connect with us, and we can connect with your office to get people started in these lifestyle changes and be able to, navigate through this very complex world of nutraceuticals, pharmaceuticals, and what things work, what things don't work, what things are waste of your money, what things are not.
Absolutely.
So, we're here to answer those calls, and we got practitioners like yourself that are able to talk to people, and that's the most important thing.
That is.
We talk to people. It's not something we just fill out a questionnaire.
Right.
We do this for some patients, but we put our names out there, put my cell phone number out there, and because there's lots of questions. We wish there was one shoe fits all,
right?
But it is not. It has to be customized, and that's what we do. We customize the formulations.
Absolutely, love it. And we appreciate that very, very much. So, and you can reach out to PD Labs. You can reach out to the Laval Performance. All of those things are, as he mentioned, but on the website too, drpbetterlife.com, as well as the links to all the social media, YouTube. We've got 3 years of shows that touch
3 years.
on.
Wow,
isn't that crazy? That touch on a lot of problems that people are really interested in with real solutions, and that's what we like doing for sure. So I know, given that now, there's been some buzz, and I think I'm maybe a little after the fact, but the latest in San Antonio here, at least, is NAD. I want to go get my infusion, my NAD infusion, and boy, here's another thing that's going to change your life, right? Just one thing that'll change your life. What's the truth, Ray? Clarify.
Well, we've always, NAD is something that we are able to, we worked with the compound from the pharmaceutical companies, and NAD is a byproduct that is an energy indicator in the mitochondria. When you increase NAD levels in the mitochondria, it increases ATP, which is a good energy source for all cells. Right. And it also can increase the sirtuin enzymes to reduce, roll back some of the age,
right.
And get rid of some of the senescent cells. So there's a whole host of positive effects from proper levels of NAD inside the mitochondria. Mm-hmm. So we do know when we do IVs for glutathione, just because we take an IV doesn't know if we get the effects of it long term or is it short term. NAD is the same way. It's not a very stable compound, and NAD IV therapy may be beneficial short term, but it is not only is it expensive, but the question is NAD stable for those periods of time? Right. So it sometimes could be a money grab for some of the facilities to NAD IV. It's been around for quite a long period of time. And
absolutely.
You see, but we've done most of our data on using a precursor for NAD.
Right.
And a precursor for NAD is NR, or nicotinamide riboside. And Chromadex, you can look up Chromadex, is a nationally licensed dietary supplement manufacturer that has GRAS rated for their the nutraceutical nicotinamide riboside.
Right.
And we are the only licensed pharmacy to make a nicotinamide riboside in a nasal spray.
Yes.
And so we've found over the years, close to 100,000 patients now, that a nasal spray with the RG3 along with the nicotinamide riboside has profound effects with memory loss or brain fog, and also reversing inflammation in the brain, inflammatory conditions that that we have been able to help patients with.
Absolutely.
So we feel that nicotinamide riboside is a precursor that allows your body to normalize its NAD levels naturally. Outside of just because you're taking NAD, you're not going to raise your intracellular NAD level. So that's why we prefer that as another method. It's another nicotinamide riboside. I think they are actually working toward doing IV levels for it as well. So we're kind of surprised that that's come out. So I would look at nicotinamide riboside as a better choice.
Yeah, and so expensive. When med spa world, the cosmetic kind of world, the bougie, what I call the bougie, prescription world or whatnot. You're getting these IVs. I heard yesterday a company here in San Antonio charges $900 for their Energy NAD formulation IV. You can get it oral, like you say, a precursor that works better long term, a lot cheaper. And that's the True Niagen. And so we...
True Niagen and the Synapsin LPT.
And the Synapsin mostly there. Yeah, that's
LPT Pro.
That's important.
There's lots of choices that we have before you spend the $900. And then I ask the question, okay, so you have no energy. Well, why don't you have energy?
Exactly.
Okay, did that quart of ice cream that you had the night before, maybe that's, some people eat a quart of ice cream a day, okay? And chase it with the Diet Coke. Yes. Maybe that is something that you may want to think about as a lifestyle changes. The choices that people make on a daily basis sometimes is a head fake. You can't believe people are doing what they do, and expecting that their body should somehow is repaired from it. So that's the reason why let's look at the whole body. Why is the energy levels low? What about adrenal support that we really are looking at to fix the problem? And because once you spend the IV, if you have a problem like that, it's just going to revert back.
Right.
So, and I think we're the common sense approach to everything, and especially for medicine, is what
What's that?
Yeah. So common sense things that are simple, that make a difference should be everybody's first choice.
Absolutely.
Not complex fads.
Correct.
How's that sound?
Correct. Absolutely. And so, hey, we're going to take a really quick little break, but please tell me how we can find you.
Yeah, check out our website, pdlabsrx.com. That's pdlabsrx.com. And we have a host of professionals that answer your question. Our clinic is partnered with Dr. Jim Laval. That's lavalperformance.com, lavalperformance.com. And you'll see your picture on it, too.
There we go. I'm there.
Yeah, you're the medical director. So we're all together as one happy family.
Absolutely. I love it. So appreciate that so much and all your support. So let's take a short break. We'll be right back, and maybe we can talk adrenals, because
my goodness,
bring up a really good subject there. But we'll take a short break. Be right back.
Hi, this is Ray Salano with your Healthy Choices Minute, sponsored by Prescription Dispensing Labs. New research has concluded that implementing dietary changes could prevent gut inflammatory processes involved in some chronic diseases. Modulation of your gut microbes through diets enriched with vegetables, legumes, grains, nuts, and a higher intake of plant over animal foods has the potential to prevent intestinal inflammatory conditions at the core of many chronic diseases. In short, the foods we eat in our dietary patterns have a major influence on our immune system that can cause many conditions we are suffering from today. Solution: try our OptiMeal shake. Our team has developed the best tasting, healthiest shake you've ever experienced to control blood sugar and to improve your gut. Start your day today with a healthy choice. Call us today at 888-909-0110 for a free sample of the OptiMeal shake. 888-909-0110. Remember, you have a choice in healthcare.
Welcome back, everybody. I am Dr. Marianne Pinkston, and this is A Better Life with Dr. Pinkston, and we are talking with Ray Salano today from PD Labs up in Cedar Park, Texas, which we do monthly, and I love and appreciate all your support. So we kind of ended on NAD there and brought up adrenals, and I want to focus on that for a minute, but I want to really focus on your synapsin for just a second. You have two formulations. You've got the chewable version, and then you've got the nasal spray. And honestly, I love the chewable version. I think it's great for general, kind of general public energy, brain fog, whatnot. That nasal spray is life-changing. It is, for people who are truly, concerned about neurological changes, history of head injuries or any sort of trauma there. I think it works well in depression. I, do that with oxytocin again. I love that combination. For people who are concerned that they're losing their memory, any of these neurological issues that come up, I absolutely love the nasal spray. And so it is really easy. And again, the energy, I know the brain fog is what a lot of people focus on, but the energy aspect of it, I have people who say that it is life-changing. Does it work on every single person? No, nobody guarantees anything, but yes, it is a major player. So I just wanted to reiterate that because the synapse and the chewable and the nasal spray both are something that you are exclusive to, and it is, you and Jim have done some great stuff with that. It's amazing.
Absolutely. Well, we give people choices, and we many times there's so much media out there of buzz of items that are trying to be a quick fix that seems to be touted as is perfect for everybody, and it's not the case. But one thing I want people to understand, that all these medications for the GLPs and GIP injections will not work if the person is under a tremendous amount of stress. Their cortisol levels are increased. That's the hormone that's secreted from their adrenal glands. Yes. They're not sleeping at night. If those are not fixed, and we don't fix the dysfunction of their gut, then actually it will work in the opposite direction, and it'll be a failure. So that's why it's so important to fix those problems in the first place. We really like people to get a blood test, okay? Yes. We need to know if this therapy is going to work for you, but what other issues your body is seeing from a simple blood test. And what we're finding is that you had to fix 3 other things prior to doing this. Right. And so that's why a simple blood test, not very expensive. No. You can really do this. I think a detailed symptom analysis questionnaire. We have one that's 150 questions that has logic associated with it. It's a pretty good step forward, but what we're seeing on people's labs, we're going, oh my goodness, how long has this been going on for? And so, that's the reason why I think it's get with a professional, get started, and one of the things I'm going to make an announcement here today. We're going to offer a free 15-minute consultation with patients. Nice. To do a quick overview of, you can do it in 20 minutes, whether somebody is, what their next step should be, Absolutely. Whether they'll be a candidate. Absolutely. So we're going to get our team of our clinical pharmacists that are going to, by appointment, be able to offer some of these, some advice. Absolutely. So to be able to triage this, because we really feel that we want to make people understand we're being sincere, that we want to invest in people's health. So we'll make that announcement. My staff doesn't know about it yet. So
Alex is going to kill you. It's wonderful, Ray, and very generous, and I think that's great, because most people just need to hear about it. They can call and sign up for something, but everybody wants to test the road a little bit. Is this right for me?
Is this right? And I think. There's some, after you've been doing it a long time, you can pretty much,
you can do it quickly.
In a few minutes, you've been doing it a while. You can talk to somebody in 5 minutes. You know exactly what course to go.
Absolutely. absolutely true. And so that is really great. And I think, backing up to people wanting to get the infusions or a lot of other, therapies and supplements and things that are thrown at them on the internet, most people are doing all of that because they feel so poorly and their energy is low and they're not sleeping and they're looking to fix that. What they don't realize is it's the underlying adrenal system, the cortisol system that's doing that. Fix that. Most of the time you don't need the IVs and things, like that. The expense is really low for treating adrenals. But what do you advise? The adrenal system, people are like, adrenals, what's that?
Well, I think one of the things is that you can get glandular adrenal. The adrenal has many different layers. We can do a whole lecture just on the adrenal gland, and you could take the pharmaceutical equivalent of corticosteroids helps people in a crisis situation, hydrocortisone.
Yeah, but dangerous.
When the adrenals are extremely stressed for whatever condition is there, but you can give the glandular extract or the glandular adrenal that comes from out of New Zealand, and get the effects to replenish the missing links to support the HPA axis, the hypothalamus pituitary adrenal axis. So it gives the adrenal time to repair itself. And there's nutritionals that you do in addition to that support that. Vitamin C extracts that in pure form, magnesium are some of the simple foundational items. And then sometimes you need sodium to be able to rebuild those adrenals. So the body has the ability to repair itself, but when you do adrenal cortex extracts in a pill form that are glandulars, it makes a huge difference and get people's lives back. Because guess what? I don't think an NAD IV is going to fix somebody that has cortisol levels, resting cortisol levels that's almost flatlined. So that's the reason why we really need to get with trained practitioners to really unravel what the root cause of what is occurring with patients, so they don't waste money.
Absolutely.
They get on a course that's going to fix them long term. And because guess what? As we get a little bit older, as a friend of mine told me, we're running out of runway.
Oh my gosh, Ray. Yeah.
I mean, what can you say? It says it all, right?
Right. It does. It does say it all for sure. So on the, sleep is the thing I think that people remark to me the most about, other than weight loss these days, but sleep. Right. In people who are sleeping previously, who are not sleeping now and can't figure out why, and that is the basis of it all. Cortisol, that is something produced by your body to fight off and help energy and fight off stressors. But when the stressors get out of control for a very long time, then it's dysfunctional. It doesn't work correctly. Therefore, you have all these problems of energy and other things, brain fog or whatnot. But I think one of and weight problems, and you mentioned gut too, and all of that. But sleep, that is usually the top thing that is affected first. Once your sleep is off, everything is off. You can't lose weight. You can't fix your cortisol. Many things happen from there. It's a domino effect. So very important to fix the adrenals. Good advice. So thank you for the free consultation. I think tell us how we can get in touch with the pharmacy to get that.
Yeah, check it out. Our phone number is 512-219-0724, 888-909-0110. Our website, pdlabsrx.com, and you have a link, and you'll get your answers. You get at least somebody will answer the phone. How's that?
Absolutely. Isn't that not the truth? At least a human picks up the phone. Yeah. You took the corp out of corporate. Thank you. I appreciate that. It's It's a refreshing experience, to be able to contact you guys. And of course, you guys can go through drpbetterlife.com, see all of our previous shows and some of the things we've talked about, but also reach them. So pdlabsrx.com, really easy to do. And
we're looking forward to it. And take responsibility for your health.
Yeah.
I think we still have a choice in healthcare, and I think it's take the step forward and make that call.
You got it. Love it. So, all right. Well, Ray, thank you so much for today.
All right. You take care. We'll see you next month.
That's right. We'll see you guys soon.